Let's try and get at least one more in here. We got Peter in London. How you doing? Are you
Hello,
there?
Peter?
Where's...
Oh, hello.
Hey,
yeah, can you
is
hear
that
me?
Peter? Yeah.
Yeah, we've only got a few minutes left, but we thought
Go
we'd try and get
for
to
it.
it.
Okay, yeah, nice to speak to you both again. Yeah, I'd like to talk about morality. That morality is subjective.
Morality what?
Is subjective.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, but also that there is God.
But also that there is God. Okay. So
Yeah, so just like
so God has an opinion about morality.
I don't know, I wouldn't word it like that.
Well, isn't that what subjective kind of means?
Okay, yeah, all right, you could word it like that.
Okay, so why should I care what God thinks about morality? I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up. Hello?
Hey, Peter.
Oh, sorry.
Can you
yeah,
repeat
because God created everything.
Well, first of all, I don't know that, but also, even if God did create everything, why should I care what he thinks about morality?
Just out of due respect and love and appreciation.
Shouldn't I respect and appreciate my parents? I mean, they're the reason I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does that mean my parents are right about morality?
They might be, but it's subjective. So,
Sure. So if it's subjective, then God has an opinion about morality, and my parents have an opinion about morality, and so do I.
yeah, that's right.
So is anybody actually correct?
Well, that question's a bit like the government saying 40 miles an hour along a certain road, and then they change it to 50 miles an hour. So which one is correct?
Yeah, I understand. That's so first of all, actually it's not quite like that, because the speed limit is objectively whatever it's set at. You're confusing the fact that something could change, and it might change for arbitrary reasons. That's not a contrast between objective and subjective. Objective means this is in fact the matter of fact, independent of what any mind thinks about it. And subjective means that it is entirely contingent upon what a mind thinks about it. So if the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, it doesn't matter whether it used to be something else, or it might be something else tomorrow, and it doesn't matter why and how it changes. It is an objective fact that the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, because the speed limit is that, irrespective of anybody's opinion about it.
Yeah, but somebody's opinion had to set that in the first place.
Yeah, but that's
opinion
irrelevant. That's not relevant as to whether or not the fact of the speed limit is not subjective just because it came from a subjective source. So the rules of chess, for example, are arbitrary. See, we can change them, we can have house rules, whatever. But when we talk about the structured rules of chess, they're there objectively so, and you and I can both look at them, and it doesn't matter if you think that the rules are something else, right? I'm just trying to highlight the difference between objective and subjective. We'll set that aside and get back to the question that I asked, because you said that morality is subjective. So under that, my understanding is that nobody could be correct. If it is entirely subjective, meaning that it's just a matter of people's opinions about something, then there wouldn't be a right answer, right?
No, because there's a deeper thought to it, which is who has the authority to set what is right and wrong. So in the
so hang on. Now we're talking about something entirely different, because you're talking about an authority to set the rules. That's separate from whether or not the rules are subjective or objective, right?
Yeah, well, I would say all rules are subjective.
So why do I care What gives God the right to set the rules and forces me to abide by them?
Yeah, because he's the creator.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't think that just because you made something, I don't think that just because you made something, you get to dictate what it does and what it should do, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's why we've got free will. So God doesn't say you have to do what he says, but
He'll punish you if you don't, right?
Well, there is punishment, but the majority of humankind haven't known the truth, so it's based on partial knowledge of.
Whose fault is it?
Satan.
It's Satan's fault. Whose fault is it that Satan gets to control what people aren't presented with?
It's Satan's fault.
So it's not. Where did Satan come from?
God created Satan.
Yeah, so God created somebody who's blocking people from understanding the truth, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
So why isn't God responsible for that? If I create a bomb and set it running off into town, am I not responsible for that and what it does?
Not if you stop that bomb or you tell the people to move out of the way.
Sure. So I can create a bomb and send it there, and not my responsibility as long as I tell people to move. What if they don't believe me?
No, the bomb would. God hasn't set the bomb.
Okay, God hasn't created Satan then?
Yeah, but he created him with free will.
Okay. Did he know what Satan was going to do?
He chooses not to look into the future, although he has the ability.
God chooses. So you're saying God chooses not to look into the future, though he has the ability to.
That's kind of irresponsible.
Right?
No, he's just like a landlord has a key to a property, but chooses not to.
I understand. I'm asking for clarity. You just said that God has the ability to look into the future, but chooses not to. Correct?
Yes, he has no cause to.
So there's no such thing as prophecy, then, right?
No, in this situation, because Satan.
No. About this situation, is there such thing as prophecy? Does God know the future?
Yes, God has chosen to look into the future.
God does then choose to look into the future, right?
Yeah, God has the ability,
why did you say,
and now because of.
Why did you say that God has the ability, but he chooses not to?
Yeah, because it was back then, everything was perfect and all energy creatures were obeying God. So in that circumstance, he had
Peter, you said that God has the ability to look in the future, but doesn't. And then not a minute later, you said that God does look into the future. So which is it?
Yeah, because it's situational. So
okay, how do you know?
From the Bible.
Okay. I'm not interested in what the Bible has to say.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Cheers.